Hello everyone, very good evening. Welcome to JSS Code. This is Ajay Shah, and let's start the discussion of 10 MCQs from current affairs. And for the next 5 classes, we are going to discuss all the current affairs from art and culture. This is the first question. The first question says, Archaeological Survey of India has been restoring the Markandeeshwar groups of temples for the past 2 years. In this regard, consider the following statement. The first statement says, Markandeeshwar temple group is also called Khajuraho of Vidarbha. This statement is correct. The second says the temples belong to Nagara style of architecture of North India. This statement is also correct. The third says Gopuram is an essential feature of these temples. This statement is factually wrong because Gopuram, which is a high entrance gateway, is an essential feature of Dravidian style of temple architecture. And Markandeeshwar group of temples belong to Nagara style of temples. So third statement is wrong and we have to choose incorrect statement. So D will be the correct answer. Now some validations. So Markandeeshwar group of temple is a group of ancient temples that is also known as Mini Khajuraho or Khajuraho of Vidarbha. Now Archaeological Survey of India for the past 2 years has been restoring these temples which sustained damage from the lightning twice in the last century. Now the group gets its name from the main temple dedicated to Lord Shiva called Markandeeshwar temple, which is located in Gadchiroli district of Maharashtra, which is also famous for left-wing extremism. That's all. Now the question is about cultural festival of Jammu and Kashmir, and we have to choose the festival which is not the part of Jammu and Kashmir. So Mela Khir Bhavani, it is a part of Jammu and Kashmir. Then this Shinge Kebab Sindhu festival, it is also part of Jammu and Kashmir. Then this Chamlial Mela, this is also part of Jammu and Kashmir. But this Gang Nagai is not a part of Jammu and Kashmir. But Gang Nagai is a cultural festival of Assam, Manipur and Nagaland. So B will be the correct answer. So what is this Mela Khir Bhavani? So Mela Khir Bhavani is one of the biggest religious functions of displaced Kashmiri Pandits who fled their homes for their lives in 1990s. Now this Shinge Kebab Sindhu festival, it's a tourist promotion festival of Ladakh. Then this Chamlial Mela is celebrated in Chamlian border, which is basically in the international border of Jammu and Kashmir. Fine. And this is popular on the name of Baba Chamlial from Samba district in Jammu and Kashmir. That's all. Now there are 3 stupas and we have to choose the correctly matched stupas. So the first is Chaukhandi Stupa, Uttar Pradesh. This is correct. The second is Dhamek Stupa. Dhamek Stupa is not in Bihar. Dhamek Stupa is in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. So second statement is wrong. The third says Bharat Stupa, that is in Madhya Pradesh. That's also correct. So 1 and 3 are correct here. So D will be the correct answer. Now some validation. So what is this Chaukhandi Stupa? So Chaukhandi Stupa has been declared as a monument of national importance by Archaeological Survey of India, and it is an ancient Buddhist site in the Sarnath, Uttar Pradesh, with a lofty brick structure crowned with an octagonal tower. This stupa is said to be built by Emperor Ashoka. Now this Dhamek Stupa, it is a place where Lord Buddha preached for the first time the sermon to his 5 disciples after attaining enlightenment. Now this Bharat Stupa, it is located in the Satna district of Madhya Pradesh, and it is known for its famous relics from a Buddhist stupa. That's all. Now question number 4, Jaipur is recently got inducted into UNESCO's World Heritage Site list. What are the possible benefits of World Heritage Site status? Fine. So the first says UNESCO can provide funds for restoration, preservation and training if required. This is correct. The second says sites become protected under Geneva Convention against destruction or misuse during wartime. This statement is also correct. Both 1 and 2 are correct. C will be the correct answer here. Now some validation. So the walled city of Jaipur, known for its iconic architectural legacy, vibrant cultural, got inducted into UNESCO World Heritage Site state list. Now the historic walled city of Jaipur, the capital of Rajasthan, was founded in 1722 AD under the patronage of Swai Jai Singh II. Now the historic city of Ahmedabad was the first Indian city to get World Heritage Status sites in 2017. Maharashtra has maximum number of World Heritage sites, that is 5, which is followed by Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, which has 4 sites in each of them. Fine. Now there are basically 3 types of sites. The first is cultural heritage site, then natural heritage sites, and then mixed heritage sites. Now whenever a monument is within the World Heritage Sites by UNESCO, it has several benefits. For example, it brings international attention, then it brings tourists, then UNESCO can provide funds, then it can promote close ties with the United Nations system, and the sites also became protected under the Geneva Convention under destructions or misuse during wartime. That's all. Question number 5 is regarding Gyanpith Award. So the first statement says it is an award. It is awarded to Indian citizens writing only in Indian languages included in 8th schedule of Indian Constitution. This statement is wrong because it can only be conferred upon an Indian citizen writing in Indian languages included in 8th schedule and also English. Fine. So the second statement says recently Amitabh Ghosh has been conferred with 54th Gyanpith Award for his outstanding contribution to Hindi literature. This statement is wrong because he has been awarded for his outstanding contribution to the enrichment of Indian literature in English. So both 1 and 2 are incorrect. We have to choose incorrect statement. So C will be the correct answer here. Now some value notes about Gyanpith Award. So Gyanpith Award is the highest literary award in Indian institution in India that has been instituted in 1961. Now English language was added to the list of languages for consideration after 49th Gyanpith Award. Now something about author Amitabh Ghosh. So Amitabh Ghosh is known for his various works like Shadow Lines, then Glass Palace, The Hungry Tide, Rivers of Smoke, The Flood of Fire, and he is the first English language writer to get the honor. That's all. Now question number 6, we have to choose the correct statement about Sant Ravidas. So the first statement says he was a famous saint of Bhakti movement. This is quite easy. The statement is correct. The second says he is considered as a spiritual guru of Mirabai. This statement is also correct. The third says he spread the message that God created man and not the man created God. This statement is also correct. All 1, 2 and 3 are correct. So D will be the correct answer here. So let us see some validation about the famous saint of Bhakti movement, Guru Ravidas. So Sant Ravidas was a famous saint of Bhakti movement and was born in Uttar Pradesh. He was one of the most famous and leading stars of Nirgun Sampradaya. Fine. And he has given a variety of spiritual and social messages through his great writings of poetry to its lovers, followers, community people, and the society people to reform their mind and show their boundless love towards God. Now, Sant Ravidas was also known as Raidas, Rohidas, and also Rohidas. Sant Guru Ravidas ji is considered as a spiritual guru of Mirabai. And she was very much impressed by the teachings of Guru Ravidas and became the greatest follower of him, one of the greatest followers. Now, Sant Ravidas bravely faced all the discrimination and answered people about the real definition of benefits and caste. He taught people that one is not known by his caste, religion, beliefs for God, but he is known for his great actions, that is karma. He also worked against the system of untouchability in the society by the higher caste people for the lower caste people. That's all. So question number 7 is about Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, who is quite famous nowadays after coming of BJP into power. So the first statement says he started the monthly Rashtra Dharma meant for spreading the ideology of Hindutva nationalism. This statement is correct. The second says he wrote a Hindi drama on Chandragupta Maurya and a biography of Sankaracharya. This statement is also correct. Then third is he was elected for Lok Sabha from Uttar Pradesh. This statement is wrong because he fought the election for Lok Sabha from Uttar Pradesh, but he was unsuccessful. So 1 and 2 are correct here. So B will be the correct answer here. So Deen Dayal Upadhyay, some validation. So you can expect a question on Deen Dayal Upadhyay because he is nowadays very important. So Deen Dayal Upadhyay was born in a village near Mathura, which has been later named into Deen Dayal Dham. Now, if we talk about Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, who was also a parallel of Deen Dayal Upadhyay, then in 1951, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee founded Bharatiya Jansangh, and Deen Dayal was seconded to the party by RSS, and he was given the responsibility of molding it into a genuine member of Sangh Parivar. Then he was appointed as General Secretary of Uttar Pradesh unit of this Bharatiya Jansangh, and he remained the General Secretary for 15 long years and also contested Lok Sabha from Uttar Pradesh, but did not get elected as he failed to gain the enough political votes. Now, if you talk about the ideology of this Deen Dayal Upadhyay, then Upadhyay devised the political philosophy of integral humanism, which advocates simultaneous and integrated program of body, mind, and intellect and soul of each human being. This philosophy of this Deen Dayal Upadhyay, that is integral humanism, is synthesis of material and spiritual and also synthesis of individual and collective. For India, he visualized a decentralized polity and self-reliant economy with a village being the core basis, which thought of an India as an independent nation which cannot rely upon the Western concepts like individualism, democracy, socialism, communism or capitalism. That means Deen Dayal Upadhyay was in favor of some kind of philosophy which is indigenous in nature, which has been born in the soil of India. That's all. Now question number 8 is about ancient town of Mahabalipuram. Fine. So the first statement says Mahabalipuram was second capital of Pallavas. So this statement is correct. The second says the town was also known as Mamlapuram, a name given due to the great king Narsimha Varman II. This statement is wrong because it was not Narsimha Varman II, but it was Narsimha Varman I. So only first is correct. So A will be the correct answer. This question is quite self-explanatory. We'll move to the next question. Question number 9. In this context of ancient India, Kanyan Pundaran was an influential Tamil philosopher, a painter, then one of the rulers of Licchavi of Vaishali, a famous physician. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is an influential Tamil philosopher from the Sangam age. Fine. So that's all. It's a purely factual question. We'll move to the last question. That is question number 10. So this question says, consider the following statements regarding Bathukama festival. Fine. So the first statement says it is a vibrant festival of Karnataka. This statement is wrong because this Bathukama is not the famous festival of Karnataka, but it is famous festival in Telangana and it is celebrated by women, and the festival is a symbol of Telangana cultural identity. The second says Bathukama is a beautiful flower stack arranged with different unique seasonal flowers, most of them with medicinal values in 7 concentric layers in the shape of temple Gopuram. This statement is correct. Only B is the correct answer. So B will be the correct answer here. So now some validation. So Bathukama is a colorful and vibrant festival of Telangana and it is celebrated by women with flowers that grow exclusively in each region. This festival is a symbol of Telangana cultural identity. Now Bathukama celebrate the inherent relationship between earth, water and the human being. That's all for today. I hope you like the class. Please like and subscribe our channel for more such videos. And nowadays on daily basis we are uploading the speeches, the interviews of rankers who have qualified UPSC recently. Please watch all those videos. Thank you very much.